So I picked up a pair of Ray-Bans from Rayban.com. These are a special edition from All Points East. They're a transparent version of the RB 2140s, the Wayfarer. You tell me. What are these? How do you pronounce it? Wafers? I think they're wafers. Anyways, but the thing about them is they come with these gray Evolve lenses, so they're photochromatic. They change, they get darker with light. Pretty cool, but what I really wanted was a mirror finish, maybe like a silver or a yellow or a blue, but they don't come that way, and you can't customize them because they're that part of the special edition. So I went up on eBay and found a seller that had what he said was a pair of Ray-Bans that came from a authorized Ray-Ban dealer. However, these were not, they were used and could not be sold as new, so he was selling them on his eBay account. Now, there's a few things, when I took them out of the package, they came with an authentic case, authentic wipe, and they feel actually pretty darn good. I mean, they don't feel cheap or chintzy. Everything, when you look at things, and we'll get a closer look at this, everything checks out. However, when you compare them to a real pair, something is off about these, and I just kind of want to put that out there. So if anyone else is looking on eBay or Amazon and gets a pair that are what I consider a really good knockoff or counterfeit, man, they're actually getting pretty darn good. So anyways, let's take a closer look at these, and hopefully this helps you guys out. Alright, so let's take a look here closer. I've got a macro lens on, and I think the first thing that we want to look at is the silk screening. And you can see that the silk screen is pretty sharp. Right up by the R, you can see that there is a dot right there. I don't know if you can see it. But everything else looks pretty darn sharp. So now let's compare that to the authentic pair. So with the authentic pair, you can see it's much sharper. There's no imperfections at all. The other thing you can look for is the engraving on the other lens. This is a very, very, very fine RB. Extremely fine. Almost hard to capture on the authentic pair. And if we compare that to the other pair, it's a much thicker, much broader engrave than the one that I bought from Rayban.com. The hinge rivets on the authentic pair, they're perfect. On the suspect pair, I mean, they don't look bad. They actually look good. If we compare that with the ones that I think are fake, you can see that the Ray-Ban logo looks pretty good. I mean, that looks exactly the same as the authentic. The inside hinge portion of it seems clean, not as polished. So what really threw me off on this pair is how sharp this corner is. It's actually, I mean, it's really sharp, and when you look at the fit and finish, it just seems like this is a little bit taller, and when you measure it with the authentic pair, it just doesn't match. All the finishes on the authentic one are just perfect. There's no sharp edges. When you look at the inside, everything is polished. Again, seems like the same hinge, so same hinge, everything looks correct. Okay, so I've switched back to the wide angle, and if you look at these, they look pretty darn similar. However, they're just not spot on. These are a really, really good knockoff, but when you look at the temple arms, they're actually completely different, and you know, they just don't fit on the ear. The other thing too is when you look at the angle of the authentic ones, you can kind of see how they angle in, but compared to these, they're more upright, so they're not as exaggerated compared to the original. Okay, so if we take some dimensions of the ones that I don't think are real, you can kind of see that it's about 11.69, 11.7, 11.7, let's see here. Let's just call it 11.7, 11.8 millimeters. And if you take that same measurement from the ones I ordered off Ray-Ban, they actually are much narrower, of about 11.6. So it's like a full millimeter narrower at the kind of at the temple, where the temple arm meets the frame. The biggest giveaway for me was actually Googling this part number, or the model number. So the RB2140 is basically common, but when you type in the 901/18, that's going to be the type of lens that's on it, right? And then 50 and 22 are the dimensions. But that 901/18 was, I think, the biggest giveaway. Is any time you Google that, it should reference it back on the Ray-Ban website. And if you go to the Ray-Ban parts website, you can actually type in all these numbers and it will give you kind of like a parts list of the glasses. The 901/18 actually doesn't bring up a valid part number for an RB2140, which leads me to believe that this lens does not actually exist as part of the Ray-Ban. I know that Ray-Ban does have a yellow flash or a yellow mirror, however, not with an RB2140. So when I Googled that, it actually brought up a lot of fake Ray-Ban sites, and I think that was a dead giveaway for this. While these do look and feel like an authentic pair, I'm just not convinced, especially because when I Google that part number, it brings me to a lot of fake sites. And also, I mean, for 24 bucks, it just seems like even a used authentic pair should probably be more than that. I thought I kind of lucked out, but you know, compared to an authentic pair, they just don't match up 100%. Anyway, so here you have it. I'm not really convinced that these are original. I think these are a really, really good knockoff compared to the ones that I bought off of Rayban.com. So just kind of keep an eye out when you're looking on Amazon or eBay or any one of those places where nowadays they have some really good counterfeits like these. So hope you like this. Give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, definitely leave them down below. Until next time, guys.